What's going on, New Fine Order? I'm back like the Juggernaut, bitch. This is Alexlexus coming at you with a mini short, and I'm going to share a funny story with you. I just did a 15-minute video that didn't record, so I'm not sure what the fuck happened. And it was a good one, too. So hopefully I can recapture some of the magic that I had in this first recording, but hopefully all works well. And I guess I'm forgetting how to use Wirecast here, so ooh, man, that freaking sucks. So this is literally like my double take on this podcast. So I'm gonna speed through it, but I want to wish everyone a happy Easter. Uh, you know, for those of you who do celebrate, make sure you get out to church. And I'm dropping my damn M4. Make sure y'all get out to church, spend the day with your loved ones, and regardless of your faith, just respect the day and go about your business. So, God bless everyone who is heading out to mass today. Do your thing, all right? I just wanted to touch on a couple of Mugen topics. Um, most of you, and this is getting rave reviews. Those of you who frowned on the Mugen community, now I, Hyper Dragon Ball Z, the Mugen game has the sample has been released, and you're seeing videos pop up and all that. I know Mugen Lord is probably all over it, but this game looks legit. It looks, man, this body like any like full game that I've seen so far because of the labor in terms of looking at all the sprites. Man, this is what a 2D Dragon Ball game should be. I mean, damn, it looks good. So I already downloaded the the sample. I'm gonna probably do some footage on it and put it up. So just if I'm promising it now, it might take a couple of days because the upload here really sucks. So I'll do the best that I can with getting that footage up. But make sure you check out Hyper Dragon Ball Z, led by Balthazar and the many creators behind it. I know Infinite, who's a good friend of mine in the Mugen community, also contributed to that project as well. So the trailer is out, the demo is out, so make sure you check it out. It looks like it's going to be a thing of beauty, and once the final product comes along, I'm gonna do a new fighting order edit. I probably put tag mode and zooming and all that other stuff. So we'll see how that works, just similar to how I did with DC versus Marvel, with the scruffy dragon team and what have you. All right, so make sure you check it out. Mugen can, if the Mugen engine is utilized properly, and you put a lot of effort in, you can create some stuff that will rival what established companies with billion-dollar budgets can do. So more power to you guys. Love my Mugen community. I didn't forget you guys. All right. Moving on to my next topic. Actually, it's topic 2 of 5, but I'm gonna address this in short. There was a rumor that I saw something on Facebook and a couple of other Google articles that I'm going to reference that I was kind of wondering. I'm like, this can't be true. But there was rumors that Sony was trying to purchase the Xbox brand from Microsoft. No, 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 no. That's a bad move if it is true. But I highly doubt this. Demizzle and I were talking about this, and we're just like, that's not a good idea. Not for the gaming industry and not for the consumer. Reason one, that would turn into a mega conglomerate freaking monopoly. That would be horrible. If you think about it, if there's no other competition, right? If Sony bought out the Microsoft Xbox brand, I mean, with all those resources doing like Fusion High and shit, and fucking Nintendo doesn't stand a chance. No one stands a chance. And then you have a monopoly, and the prices of hardware would go up. The price of games would go up. It would just not be in the best interest of the consumer. That would be horrible, horrible idea. So that's just, I don't know. Like the Mizzle, I'm probably sure is gonna leave a comment on this, but no, wrong fucking answer. That should never, never happen. But anyway, it's just a rumor. But it remains to be seen. Right. Moving on. I should be home for Ultra Street Fighter 4's release. I know that the arcade version has been put out already, and a lot of folks are kind of unhappy with the fact that the Japanese might have an unfair advantage by getting the game early. This occurred one time before. I'm forgetting because normally I have my script, but I know with arcade edition, like Japan had it first or whatever. I mean, it could work for and against us, but they might get more comfortable with some of the new characters before any other country or any other territory. So I think that a worldwide release for something like that should be in order. I don't think it's fair that the Japanese get it first. You know what I mean? Because you have to remember this game is a competitive game. This is something that pretty much is the heart and soul of Evo. When it comes down to the main event, it's always Street Fighter. So I think a level playing ground. I mean, damn, hell, even a demo with like one or two of the new characters wouldn't be too bad. But it is what it is, Capcom. I think that they should take this into consideration going into the future. You know, but that's just my thoughts on it. Leave your comments below. And on the subject of Street Fighter, Street Fighter Street Fighter's Assassination Fist is going to be released on Machinima in May. I don't have a date yet, but I'm pretty sure everyone's checking out IGN. And while I'm out here, believe me, I'm gonna be downloading all those episodes or finding some way to make sure I check that out because that looks like a thing of beauty. And I believe that just by looking at the trailer, like the Ryu trailer, the authenticity behind it looks like Joey Ashton. Thank you so much for doing Street Fighter justice. So I think that's going to be very interesting. Right now, moving on to a more serious topic. Uh, it's never good to hear about death, especially where I am. And it's just I read an article, and then after reading the article, I saw Alpha Omega Sin's spot on it, but it was in reference to a man taking the life of his son because of Xbox. Now, if I could take my M4 and go see that man, I would, that's horrible. That an infant, a child, defenseless child, his biological child, and he sat there, smothered the child for a fucking game. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And when I speak from experience, I don't have children of my own, but my youngest sister, I spent a good chunk of my life raising her, and when it came down to, hey, if I heard her crying or she needed something, hell, there was a time where when she was like about 2 years old, like literally couldn't play games. Like I had to, help out my parents and take care of her, and take her to school, make sure she was fed and all that. You know what I mean? These things, the man's priorities were way off. You know what I mean? And I, I'm a firm believer in not everyone should be having kids. And this man smothered his child. I want children of my own. You know what I mean? And when I saw that and I was looking at what Alpha Omega Sin was saying on there, I felt what Alpha Omega Sin was saying. I'm like, damn, what a fucking idiot. What a moron. And I hope when he gets to prison, they put him in solitary confinement so he can't play no fucking video games. Let that be his lifelong torment. How dare you take the life of a child over a fucking game? Ugh. I hope you rot in hell. Somebody's gonna take care of him in prison. You know, don't ask how I know. I know people. I just know that when you mess with kids, there's a code. You know, they're gonna have the booty warrior all up in his butt. But anyway, moving on to another topic. Xbox One is supposedly maybe getting backwards compatibility. Now, we were talking about this on a past podcast with the SoC chip that was supposed to be in the Xbox One, but I'm guessing maybe cost a lot of things with decisions with the higher ups. That I guess they're completely out of touch with their user base. The Xbox One should have had backwards compatibility out of the box, but I know that the architecture will not initially will not support it. But with the power of the Xbox One, it should have no problem emulating the OS for the 360 or doing the risk way of processing data. You know what I mean? But I'm sure that the guys in the R&D and development team knows exactly why they could not put it in initially, but it remains to be seen. So that think that's a glimmer of hope. And being that the PS4 is outselling Xbox One, like now I think the ratio is now up to seven to one buy rate. It's just, whew, Microsoft had to find some way to get back into the fight. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And you got a lot of folks saying that, oh, the PS4 already won the console war. It's not even in the first year yet. Like, let's at least wait into halfway into the second year to see kind of where these guys are gonna finish. Now, a lot of people counted the PS3 out, and then it made like a nice little surge at the end. It's just, it's almost neck and neck with the 360. So yeah, it's too soon to call a victor. It hasn't even been a year. So, a lot of the fanboys are claiming victory, and it's like, hey, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. So, anyway, moving on. I just wanted to give my impressions on two games that I recently purchased. Strider, the reboot, which was developed by Double Helix prior to it being acquired by Amazon. I don't know why the fuck Amazon would do that, but anyway, and Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba that recently came out. Now, unfortunately, I don't have footage for you because I'm kind of doing this in a rush, but I would say I love action games. I love the ninja folklore and everything. So naturally, I was gravitating to these games. And with Strider, if you guys haven't played Shadow Complex, which was developed by Epic Games on the Xbox Live Arcade and PSN, take Strider, stick him in that world or like a Metroidvania type setup, and that's what the new Strider is. It's great how they set it up. Um, Very well thought out in the sense that they reimagined this new origin story for Strider with more of the modern stuff from the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Looks great. I like how they did it. Very good reimagining. Instead of having a linear level format, it's more like Castlevania, where you could go back to different sections with new power ups, getting access to different areas based off of your power ups, and that's a formula that's been working for Castlevania on the 2D plane, and to apply that to Strider was a stroke of genius. So, very, very, very smart on Double Helix part, and it was a good job that Capcom outsourced this reboot to the right studio, unlike the Devil May Cry reboot. So it is what it is. But I highly recommend it. Check out Strider. It's on Steam, Xbox Live Arcade, PSN, Xbox One, and PS4. All right. So moving on to Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba, I think that's a cool ass, stylish, different perspective on Ninja Gaiden the series. Now, you're playing as one of Ryu's nemesis, Yaiba, and having the spinoff, it was pretty clever. You know what I mean? Because you got to give Hayabusa a break. You know what I mean? And considering that Yaiba was dueling with Hayabusa in the trailer or the intro, and he gets his arm and his head freaking sliced off, and now he gets resurrected as a cyborg fighting zombies and all this other stuff. I mean, you're tracking down the Hayabusa, and I mean the way the game is set up is very different from Ninja Gaiden. It's more like direct in terms of the combat. You got your light, medium, and your heavy, or you can have like your direct attack, your area attack, and you have like that bionic arm. So it's like literally Bionic Commando meets Ninja Gaiden in terms of like the look, But Yaiba's pretty cool. I like him as a main character, but you're still playing the bad guy, you know. And with that being said, it's just like, man, seeing it through the perspective of a bad guy like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, which the ending freaking sucked for that. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but that's for another video. But yeah, I did play Lords of Shadow 2, and it was very anticlimactic. Good story, but I wasn't happy with how it was just too abrupt. That's it. It's over. But anyway, Ninja Gaiden Z, very comical, very hard edge, and that whole comic book look to it is pretty badass. I love how they did that. Stroke of genius once again, by Team Ninja and the other developing studio that actually created the game. So hopefully we get to see more spin-offs from Ninja Gaiden Z. I'm about halfway through the game right now, so I can kind of give you more of in depth. But I'm gonna actually try to have like screen captures of Strider and Ninja Gaiden Z for y'all to check out. So, with that being said, this draws me to the conclusion of this mini short. I was trying to not to go over 15 minutes, but I just uh, that first recording got all jacked up. But make sure you're checking out the New Fighting Order brand. I want to thank all of you who have been contributing, giving donations to our cause. Without that, we wouldn't have been able to expand like we have been expanding. So, shout out to Nelson, my co-producer, co-CEO. Shout out to Shin Jackman, Nuke, Demizzle, and the rest of the crew, Salty Gamers, Tough Nerd Toys, LLC. Make sure you check them out for like all your retro 80s and toy fetishes. If you're into that stuff, make sure you check it out. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have the new Ninja Turtles um, action figures before anybody else. But make sure you support Danae and Tough Nerd Toys. And just so y'all know, Nelson was already talking about that. We're gonna have a TV slot on BCAT in Brooklyn. So as long as we have new material to provide, hey, we'll have that spot in the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania area. So I do want to like link up with other YouTubers like Alpha Mega Sin, Mugen Lord, Angry Joe, Review Tech USA. I would like to invite them to one or two of our podcasts so we can air it live, and then kind of spread the word and just help each other out. At the end of the day, networking is better to join together and help each other out than to be individuals and tearing one another apart. So, with that being said, I will be back like the Juggernaut bitch. 2 more months, 2 weeks. I'm almost there. And those of you that were sending me emails and sending me messages on Facebook and as support, I do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I'll be back, and then we're gonna do like the Power Rangers or like the Ginyu Force, you know, and we'll go back to business as normal for the New Fighting Order. So this has been Alexlexus. I'll hit you up on the next New Fighting Order mini podcast show. And sorry for all the news with the M raps and the Humvees because I live right next to a little yard here and stuff. But it is what it is. But I'll see you next time. Peace.